Welcome, benvenido, Hunying, benvenuto. The world is getting ready to be set on fire with the new podcast, Souls of Solidarity, coming to the Mystic 7 Record and Film YouTube channel August 22nd, 2020 at 8 p.m. We're a show where you, as an independent artist, musician, writer, filmmaker, or producer, can have a voice. Whether it be a book, new music, a film, or script you've written, we're there for you. We will cover major social issues, people in business with heartwarming stories. So join us, grab a drink, a joint, or whatever your fancy, and buckle up with the roller coaster ride of the century. Join us to the journey of the center of entertainment. New independent artists, upcoming filmmakers, new and exciting authors share their voices. Again, join us every Saturday after 8 p.m. for Souls of Solidarity.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Souls of Solidarity. This week, we're going to have another exciting show, and we're going to bring you what I had promised, and that was to start our countdown of the top 5 jazz pianists in the world, or known the world today. And each week we'll do a different focus on each musician and pianist. So we're going to start our countdown with number 5 today. And we'll go into a full discussion of who we had selected as our 5th, starting with 5, and we'll go up to number 1 within the next 5-week period. So grab yourself a joint, cigar, I got my wine, and your favorite libations, because I'm going to take you to the journey in the center of entertainment, so that you can be informed about things going on in the music industry, history of music, literature, the arts, and various other things. So let's start right now. Count it down, and we're going to talk about number 5. We're talking about none other than the great Oscar Peterson. Now, Oscar Peterson, we ranked him as the number 5 player of all time in our jazz history. Now, to know a little bit about Oscar Peterson, he was originally from Quebec, Canada. Peterson, he was a classically trained child prodigy who fell under the influence of Art Tatum and Nat King Cole. He made his first recording in 1945, but it was in the 50s after he joined jazz impresario Norman Grant's Verve label, which Verve was one of the largest jazz, held a lot of the jazz artists, signed a lot of the jazz artists during that time, and they were a leading jazz label. And so he led a piano trio that made him a household name. Renowned for ornate filigree and a hard swinging style, Peterson was a dexterous improviser. Oscar Manuel Peterson, the great jazz pianist, virtuoso and composer, he was called the Maharaja of the keyboard by Duke Ellington, simply OP by his friends, and informally in the jazz community as the King of Inside Swing. He released over 200 recordings. He won 7 Grammy Awards, as well as a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Recording Academy. He received numerous other awards and honors. He's considered one of the history's great jazz pianists and played thousands of concerts worldwide in a career lasting more than 60 years. Now, Peterson, he was born to immigrants. They were from the West Indies. His father worked as a porter for the Canadian Pacific Railway. And Peterson, he grew up in the neighborhood of Little Burgundy in Montreal. It was in that predominantly Black neighborhood that he encountered the jazz culture at the age of 5. Now, Peterson began honing his skills on trumpet, actually, and piano. He played both, but a bout of tuberculosis when he was 7 prevented him from playing the trumpet again. So he decided to focus all his attention to the piano. Now, his father, who was Daniel Peterson, an amateur trumpeter and pianist, was one of his first music teachers. And his sister Daisy taught him classical piano. Peterson was persistent at practicing scales and classical etudes. And people, if you really want to be great at anything, in any type of instrument, you must learn your scales. You must learn how to go up and down that piano or guitar or whatever instrument you play, and learning your scales, because that's what helps your improvisation. Now, as a child, though, Peterson studied with Hungarian-born pianist Paul Demirkey, a student of István Thoman, who was himself a pupil of Franz Liszt. So his early training was predominantly based on classical piano, but he was captivated by the traditional jazz and boogie-woogie and learned several ragtime pieces. He was called the Brown Bomber of boogie-woogie. So at the age of 9, Peterson played piano with a degree of control that impressed professional musicians. So for many years, his piano studies included 4 to 6 hours of daily practice. And I get that, because to be good, you have to put in that many hours. I used to put in 8 hours a day. In 1940, at 14 years of age, he won the national music competition organized by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. And then after that victory, he dropped out of the high school of Montreal, where he played in a band with Maynard Ferguson, who was a great trumpet player. He became a professional pianist, starring in weekly radio shows and playing at hotels and music halls in his teens. So this man was an extremely gifted and great musician who learned his craft at an early age and became one of the top pianists in the world. And we ranked him at number 5 for this week's History of Jazz rankings. So Oscar Peterson, we applaud you. We thank you for your greatness and for all the things that you brought to the jazz world. So there you have it for this week. We brought you our number 5 jazz pianists. Next week we'll cover number 4. And as I told you before, our format will be a little different. Instead of giving all 5 of you at one time, we're going to give them each week a different one, because that way you get it helps you learn a little more history about the artist and what it took for them to make it. So if you have any thoughts about it, the topic and what we covered, we'd like to share and hear your thoughts and questions on the subjects. You know how to reach me, Mystic 7 Records at Twitter, or follow us on Instagram. Mystic 7 Records at Instagram. You can follow me, RaDante Keys, at Instagram. And additionally, you're going to be real excited about the new website that we're developing. I looked at the proofs today, and I'm a little excited about what we're getting ready to do. I won't go into detail in it yet. In time, I'll give you more info on it, but I think you're going to be pleased with what we're doing. And once again, I tell you, join us every week, Saturday, Sunday after 8 p.m. for another episode of Souls of Solidarity. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and become a part of our family, because you're really going to miss some integral parts and things that we're doing in the future that you can be a part of. So don't forget to join us. Like I said, we'll take you on the journey to the center of entertainment, and I'll always give you good content. I'll always give you historical facts, because I do my homework. I research what I discuss, and so I want you to be a part of it. And I'm going to end this show to give you a little bit of Oscar Peterson's music so you can understand this truly jazz great pianist. So I'm out. I give my love, I give prosperity, and I give solidarity. Love you all.